Hello, everyone. In this segment, we are focused primarily on completing quests and closing rifts in the Exalted Plains and the Emerald Graves. We are going to start the Protect Clan Lavellan and Wycombe table mission. In this one, other nobles have listened to crazy lyrium-addled nobles, and they think that the Dalish elves are a threat. So we're concerned about them invading Wycombe, hurting not just the townspeople, but also our clan. So we are going to send Cullen and our forces over to protect them.
Inquisitor.
Also, I'm going to share a bug that happened because, well, it's funny. I got stuck in the floor for a while. I actually had to load to a previous save to get out from here. Before we head out into the world, let's judge our newest prisoner.
I do not believe a reminder is necessary for this accused. Her capture and disgrace could not have been more public. Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon, although her titles are among the dignities already at risk of forfeiture. You spared her life despite her treachery. What becomes of it now falls to you.
Out of your element, Floriane. Welcome to the Inquisition. My party.
Despite her posture, Lady Floriane has acknowledged your authority.
Should I curse you on behalf of the Elder One? I realize he had no intention of honoring the concordats I manipulated. Do as you must. I respect your mastery of the game, even as I despise your victory. Celine does not know her fortune.
She remains a creature of formality and opportunity. We have use for both. Grand Duchess, Josephine will see that your wiles profit the Inquisition. Don't disappoint.
Oh, one must remember that the game is never truly over, your worship.
We're currently approaching the Dalish clan that's camped in the Exalted Plains.
Rustic. How delightful.
Since my character is proud to be Dalish, it makes sense to befriend them.
It is good to see another of the people in this place from which we all came. Still beautiful, isn't it? Even with scars left by the Shemlin War and all the troubles that followed.
What troubles you, Harren?
Where do I start, Delenn? The armies cause rock slides. They dig ditches that trip the Halla and destroy the Arvos, making passage impossible. Precisely when the clan needs him most, my first, Tavin, defies my wishes and mounts an excursion to the Emerald Graves. And now, I've learned that the grounds of Bar Balanaris are infested by angry spirits from the beyond.
I can deal with that for you.
Stay alert, Delenn. Spirits are dangerous, and be mindful of the resting places of our dead. Our Balanaris is sacred ground. Dareth Shiral,
Mathalanas Valoran, where are you?
Who's Valoran?
My brother. He's been sullen for a while because the Keeper chose another as his apprentice. He thinks it's a slight, but it isn't. He just wasn't ready. Keeper Howen wants him to wait. Then he took off 3 nights ago on his own. I don't know what he was thinking. The Keeper sent hunters to search, but they never found a trace. Mathal's mercy, if anything's happened.
Andarana Tisham.
You were the craftsman here.
Yes, darling. Ironbark, leather and such, as I'm sure you know. I'm afraid I cannot trade with you. You are one of the people, but we do not know or trust your Inquisition. In time, perhaps.
You were the one they called the Herald of Andraste. For all the world's a venerated Dalish elf. That's never happened before, has it? All the clans are talking about you, or so Keeper Howan says.
Talk. What do they say exactly?
Good things, I think. A few hope this is a sign of change for our people. Real change. If it's true, I want to be a part of it.
You want to join the Inquisition?
It won't happen. Keeper Howan won't allow it. He doesn't trust anything to do with the Chantry or Andraste.
I could try to convince your keeper.
You could try.
I'll take my leave.
Elkanan, the stores are so low.
You seem troubled.
It's nothing. Just our stores. With the Shem War and the demons, replenishing them has been difficult. For one, we're almost out of herbs, and we lack materials to repair the Aravals. I don't even remember. There's so much we're missing. It's all written in my ledger.
Fortunately, I already have a lot of what they need, so we can get a good bit of favor right now just stocking them up.
Aneth Ara, Herald. Areth Shara.
Greetings to you. At this rate,
We've run out of things on the canine leather, so we're going to have to go and get more of that.
Anethara, sister. May I ask, traveling these plains, have you come across a golden hound? I fear human soldiers may kill her. If she would only draw close, I could gain her trust. I could protect her.
Hanal Gilan. I've heard stories of such a creature.
Yes. Some of us believe she comes to the people in times of great need.
Why do you think soldiers hunt your Hala?
Pelts and horns sell for gold in Shem markets, I hear. And if they were gold. Dareth Shara.
Here is the Golden Hala up in the distance. You can see it up at kind of the top left. This is a quest that I actually skip most of the time because it is so difficult to get this frickin' Hala where you need it to go. I once spent 30 minutes chasing it all over the goddamn area. If you are going to go for it, my advice is to do it first. It seems less likely to bug out and go all over the place when it is the first thing you do. See, right now it's tricking me. I actually thought that it was going right to the camp and everything was going to be happy, but it's actually going to circle around and I'm going to have to chase it all the way back up. So we're actually going to skip to that after it leads me through the water because, you know, of course it does.
I've heard things about you, Vivi.
it is properly Madame Vivienne, official mage to the Imperial Court.
Yes, that's what I heard. Not the title, the snotty bit.
However shall I recover from your condemnation?
You're still doing it. Can you even shut it off?
For you, my dear, no.
After a bit, we did get lucky, and the Hala has decided to go towards the Dalish camp. There is probably an easier way to do this, some magical way to herd the Hala exactly where it's supposed to go. I haven't happened upon it yet.
Look, already she makes herself known to the others. She knows she's meant to be here. Thank you, Lethala. I will never be able to express my gratitude.
Now we're gonna go and drive some demons out of a sacred burial spot.
We should not disturb the dead. Who knows what could happen?
When doing this quest, it's really important to remember not to loot the graves, unless you want to lose favor with the Dalish. If you loot any of the graves and go back, they will tell you that they had hunters watching you and that they know you disturbed the dead, and they'll be very mad at you.
Herald, your return.
I've destroyed the demons on your sacred ground.
You were successful. You put an old man's heart at ease. Thank you. You have done us a great kindness.
In the midst of running errands for the Dalish, we have stopped to burn some bodies, because preventing the dead from rising is a good thing.
Who is it? Philippe? Is that you? Merde. What happened here? We were on patrol, 5 of us, looking for supplies. Overwhelmed by undead, I ran. Please take this to Commander Jehan. At the Citadel in the north. Tell her.
Sadly, no matter when you arrive, you cannot save her.
I assume you were properly impressed by Halam Shiral. It is rare to be welcomed in the halls of power.
A golden shitter. Their servants come down the streets to drink the abuse away. You can have it.
Oh, I will. And I'll be sure to entertain your requests for orphan salve or whatever you're championing on the day.
You all think no one can touch you, but I say a kind word to a butler, and I'm in your vault. Because he hates you.
And I'll fill it just to watch you scurry from the gutter, again and again and again. Big vault, little elf.
Yes, well, everyone says you're fat.
Very occasionally, your Inquisitor will chime in on party banter. And I wish that she did on that one, at least when you're an elf, so that you could say, what, is there something about elves? We've now reclaimed this fort. It's not necessarily for us, it's really for Orlais, but we're allied with Orlais, and the banners say under the protection of the Inquisition, so it's kind of for us. We're looking for the Dalish teenager who ran off when not selected as the Keeper's Apprentice.
Magic, and that's not good.
We can see that he was really upset at not being selected to be the first. He feels that he was slighted, that he does have enough power, that he shouldn't have to wait. And he's going to show everyone by getting this talisman from an ancient Dalish figure. And he knows just the way to do it.
Was he trying to summon a demon?
Before we actually tell his sister what happened to him, we're going to go and get the talisman that he was looking for.
Please, if you see my brother out there, tell him to return to camp.
I'm sorry, but I found your brother.
What? What do you mean, sorry? Where is he? No, he's not.
I have his belongings.
Is this all that's left? Did you learn nothing else?
He was brave, trying to reclaim a relic of the Dalish.
I know. I always knew he was brave and clever. Didn't have to prove himself. Clan loves him. Howard loves him. I wish he'd understood that. Thank you for bringing me the news. It's better than not knowing.
I found this talisman. I think your brother was looking for it. You should have it.
Linda Rani's talisman. It exists? Her sword, Evanura, was taken by Shens. But in the story, her talisman was saved and hidden. This'll mean so much to our people. Thank you.
We now have enough favor to trade with the clan, but not to recruit the young man who wants to join us.
That looks like all of them. I'll see what the researchers of Skyhold make of this.
There's a series of 4 throughout the Exalted Plains. I've only showed the last one because it's the only one with any talking, really. It does unlock something, though, and we may get to that later in this segment. If not, we'll cover it in the next one. Speaking of the Golden Hala being hunted, over here we have a gold horn with the same symbol that the sad splinters
You
had.
did not put yourself forward to lead the Inquisition while Divine Justinia was forming it.
The Divine wanted a heroic figure all of Thedas could rally behind.
How do you fall short of that description, my dear? Did you not single-handedly save the capital of Orlais?
That was hardly single-handed, Vivian.
Yet still heroic. Many in the Empire remember you fondly.
A perception that would last until the moment they met me, I assure you.
Right now we're just kind of dicking around doing whatever quest we happen to come across while trying to get more canine leather for the Dalish. So right now we're going to free up the fort over here. Currently some of the Duke Gaspar's men are trapped inside by the undead. We're also going to be bringing them news of his defeat.
That was a brilliant show, Inquisitor. My men had barely been keeping the Horde at bay. Bastien Prou, Marshal of the Grand Duke's forces here in the Dales.
Why have you barricaded yourselves in here?
We had to retreat from the Western Front. The demons and undead were too much. But it's no better here. My patrols don't return, messages are lost. I've had no word from the capital in weeks. If we could regain our outposts, the ramparts, or even the garrison by the river, we can't just keep hiding. I want to die like a soldier, not cowering under a bed, praying the monsters don't get me.
The war is over. Gaspard will never be Emperor.
What? It can't be over. We can still fight. The throne is Gaspard's by right. No. It is done. And we will face justice for supporting the usurper.
I've cleared out the dead from the western ramparts.
You did? Maker's breath. There's hope for us, if the ramparts have been reclaimed. I'd alert our forces stationed outside the Dales, but the chaos makes it difficult for missives to get through. Demons. Those blasted freemen, or whatever they call themselves.
I've heard something of the Freemen of the Dales. What do you know about them?
They're a mob of traitors. Too soft for war. Thought it was a skirmish or two, then back for supper. Turns out it wasn't. And off they run to the first person to tell them their tantrums are acceptable. Now they want independence. To establish a new settlement. Ridiculous.
I shall take my leave.
Be well.
This is another one of the besieged holdouts. This one actually has a Fade Rift trapped in it. Not the best idea. Can't imagine you can maintain a military outpost with the demons in your basement.
We should search the area.
Ugh, the Dalish want this. Why?
Yay, we're strengthening the presence of ourselves and our allies. Yay! Before we can finish, we need to repair the bridge, though.
Who breaks a bridge? We need that. So stupid.
This is a journal entry that I just happen to like. It's about someone who is elf-blooded, meaning that they have one human and one elf parent. Typically, an elf-blooded child looks completely human, and you can't tell the difference, so they're typically raised in human society. elves will typically look down on someone who is elf-blooded but choosing to live among them. Now that said, humans look down on an elf-blooded person too. Just a elf-blooded person can pass for human very, very well. So this person who is elf-blooded lives among the humans and doesn't let anyone know that they're elf-blooded, but they do feel a connection to their ancestral land. Up here are the last of the body pits that we have to burn, at least before we get to fix the bridge.
I won't let you destroy this!
Too late. Out of frustration with not finding any wolves to kill in the Exalted Plains, I've headed back over to the Emerald Graves where we have lured a Templar lieutenant into meeting us. Where I'm gonna kill him. Because it's kind of my thing. I don't like the Red Templars. Of course, it helps when they attack me on sight. You know, maybe we could have had peaceful negotiations, some tea, crumpets. But no, you gotta start throwing swords and lyrium at me. Alright, that's over. Back to the hunt for more canine leather.
If I may share something else with you, there are strange glyphs inscribed in the stones of this place, revealed only with field fire, although they are elven in origin. I cannot make out their purpose. Perhaps they will mean something to you.
One of your clan wishes to join the Inquisition.
Did he say that? Masaranis. But I cannot allow it. You may be Dalish, but your Inquisition is human. I will not let Lorna leave with you. Not when I'm uncertain of your intentions. Dareth Shiral, Dalin.
Ironically, I get the quest to look for the glyphs after I've found all of the glyphs. Our people repaired the bridge, so now we can go and save the Orlaisians in the fortress. Ironically, the fortress actually used to be elven and was taken over, so the fact that the Dalish Inquisitor is coming to save the Orlaisians camped out in the elven fortress is a little ironic. We have fought our way up to the body pit. Almost done, at least with the burning of the bodies. We still have to free the Orlaisians who have done something a little stupid in their desperateness.
If I might be so bold, is this the company you would present as the Inquisition?
I know, right? You people are weird.
Thank you for illustrating the point.
What, you think you're better than me?
It's nothing personal, dear. I am demonstrably better than most. That you so thoroughly prove it is hardly my fault.
Pretty sure she thinks she's better than me.
Oh, this is truly, truly sad.
Do you see that streak of fire up there that's moving around? That's what the Orlaisians did. The Elven Fortress has magical defenses that the Orlaisians were never able to figure out. And in their panic, they turned all of those on and then didn't know how to control or turn them off.
We couldn't control the defenses. They're all trapped inside.
Now, I will grant you that my current character is Dalish, but all my other characters, including the Kunari, have been able to turn off these difficult-to-control defenses just by rotating this lever. So I don't really understand what was so difficult about this.
Who's there? Don't come any closer. We have swords.
I believe you are confused as to who the enemy is.
We are the Inquisition, and this is the Herald of Andraste.
The Herald of Andraste. Maker's breath. Forgive me, I should have known.
service of Her Imperial Majesty. Long may she reign. My men inform me that the Citadel's defenses are deactivated. I cannot thank you enough.
The civil war is over. Gaspard de Chalon has been defeated. Celine's throne is safe.
It's over? That grasping brute is gone? Thank the Maker. So much has happened and we didn't even know. Have we been out of contact for so long?
I found one of your soldiers at the eastern ramparts. She wanted you to have this.
Fabienne's ring. She is gone then. I prayed that she yet lived. Thank you. I will make sure this gets to her family.
Tell me about the situation here.
There were orders. A chance for peace, they said. Pull back, they said. So we did. Then the undead appeared. We couldn't hold them back. I told my men to activate the fort's defenses. A foolish move, born of desperation. There was so much about the old elven magic we never knew. We couldn't control it. We retreated, but not everyone made it through the gates. I couldn't save them. We've been trapped for weeks. Supplies were incoming, but who knows what happened to them.
I must take my leave.
Good day, Inquisitor.
Here's a little bit of more information about the fortress and its defenses. You have no idea how happy I was to see those wolves out in the distance. I have spent hours looking for those freaking wolves. I edited out a lot of just running around pointlessly trying to find wolves for canine leather.
You brought supplies. If you could store them in that chest, I would be grateful.
I don't believe it. You convinced the Keeper. He said I can join the Inquisition if I wish.
Keeper Howen has given you permission to join the Inquisition.
He has. I'll report to your camp in the south, if that's all right.
Carry on, Agent.
He's not really supposed to be sitting down there. The game glitched a bit. I happened to catch him right as he was actually sitting down.
Helen, I was wrong about your Inquisition. Although the humans named you herald of their prophet, your devotion to your people is undiminished. Perhaps you will be the bridge that others hope you are. If Lorinel still wishes to join you, he has my blessing. Dareth Shiral, Helen.
This is going to wrap it up for now. In our next segment, we're going to get into what the glyphs told us about.